Hello, welcome to Greece on my side as well. It's amazing to be in such a group. You seem to be from everywhere in the planet. Is that true? Where are you from? Very fast. Where are you from? Where are you from? Where? Jordan. Where are you from? Poland. Yourself? That's amazing. And yourself? That's fantastic. What an amazing group. How lucky we are to be among yourselves. We are in the country of drama. You know the meaning of the word, don't you? Drama is tragedy and comedy. You are in Greece at a period of plenty of tragedy. Just a few years ago, we had plenty of comedy and prosperity, and things change and change and change. And we have been bankrupt in the last 150 years more than 5 times so far. So it's a strange place that managed to survive for thousands and thousands of years. You happen to be here on a strange period, and we are going to talk of sea turtles. Did you know that sea turtles nest in Greece? Why would you? Did you know that Greece hosts the most important nesting grounds for the sea turtles in the Mediterranean? No. Who would care about such details? So in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to show you that this is a very important factor, no matter where you live around the world. So, that was the title that was given to me by Sophia. I work for ARCHELON, the Sea Turtle Protection Society of Greece. You realize that I do the most horrible job. I'm the treasurer. I'm responsible for the money. If money doesn't come, it's my fault. If money comes, it's the employee's fault, and I'm a volunteer. So I do the worst job in the world, so I wanted to talk about the nice sea turtles, and then this title came to me. Sophia said, can you justify this? And I thought, can you all hear me, by the way? Everybody can hear me, quite a strong voice. I thought, Sophia is right. Who the heck cares about the sea turtles? The world is going mad. Is that a fact or not? I was reading an article today in The Guardian that came out from Oxfam. Currently, it is 14 of us in this table, 8 people in the world have more wealth than half the planet. The poorest part of half the planet. Did you realize what I said? Doesn't make sense, does it? We are talking about billions and billions of people all together have less money than 8 people. This is the real photo. It doesn't matter in which country it is. Maybe it does happen in your country, not so much in Greece. This is from Brazil. You have fancy houses on the one side with swimming pools, and then you have favelas. And there is a thin wall separating the two sides. Do you have such places in your own country? You do? Some of you do. There's something definitely wrong about the planet at the moment. And we are going to talk about sea turtles? That doesn't make much sense, does it? I'll make it worse. Currently, we have 60 million refugees. 60 million refugees. These are people just like yourselves. I'm a refugee myself many, many years ago. I came from Turkey. And 60 million of us are currently on the road because there is war and conflict, etc., in their countries. Just 5 years ago, that number was 30 million. And we're going to talk about sea turtles? I'll carry on. We have a lot of war going on. Maybe in some of your countries there is conflict. But indeed, it does in many parts of the world at the moment. A lot of violence going on. A lot of human rights trespassing. I don't know if it happens in your country. It does happen in my country. A lot of trafficking, etc., etc. And then we have environmental problems. This is a very common picture. I'm sure you have seen it many times. Global warming, we see this poor animal always as a symbol of something going wrong. But this is not the most important environmental problem we have at the moment. Do you have any of you have environmental background? No? All finance, you're going to make a lot of money and belong to those 8 people that are the richest in the planet? Nobody with a conservation background? Volunteer, experience volunteering? Nobody? We'll have to change that within this presentation. We have one. That's a good start. 1 in 14. That's good. What is just use your brains. You are very clever people. You are very successful. You have the brightest teacher. I don't know if you know who your teacher is. She's a very important person in this country. And she may be the future MP, Prime Minister of this country, actually. Did you know about that? She's a very important politician. And now you have her as your teacher. You are very lucky people and well educated. What is the biggest environmental problem we have on planet Earth? Let's go. Come on. What is the most important? You are eating. That's a problem. Eating. I'll keep that as an answer. What is the most important? Greenhouse gas emissions, CO2. That's a very important problem. What else? The very presence. You must be an important person saying so. Let's keep that one as well. Somebody else? What is the most important environmental problem? Water. Global warming. To my understanding, the most important environmental problem is us. We are like the cockroaches. We are spreading like hell. You know, humans, more or less, in their current form, exist on planet Earth for 2 million years. 200,000 years, more or less, as we are right now. And our existence in the world was pretty stable. And then something went wrong, the Industrial Revolution, and we started going crazy. And it became too many of us. What's the result of that? Who is this person? If you know who this person is, I'll give you 5,000 euros. I'm very happy that you don't know. My Greek associates don't know either, do they? She doesn't know. Don't cheat. Don't cheat. Don't cheat. This. I owe Sophia 5,000. This is our Queen Amalia. In the middle of the 19th century, she was consuming. Sorry, Sophia? Yes. That's fantastic. Yes, very important, the Queen. Imported. She was important as well, but let's not talk politics, even though Sophia is involved in politics. She was consuming less resources than yourself as the Queen of Greece. Just 150 years ago. You are consuming in your own lives these days more resources than a queen, just 150 years later. Isn't that amazing? Something doesn't make sense. And to my understanding, the biggest environmental problem that we have is the food that this gentleman said by nodding with his full face. Sorry about that. And it is the production of meat. It is involved with CO2 emissions, with food distribution, with the use of water. Did you realize that for a plate of vegetables, 100 plates of vegetables are what we need to produce 1 plate of meat? It's too many of us. We eat too much meat. We emit too much CO2. And who cares about sea turtles? Maybe Sophia was right. But I'll carry on. What other environmental problems we have? We go too fast. Is that the environmental problem? To my understanding, it is. You know, every day, 2 million bits of information get through our eyes, and our brains process 3,000. Our planet is going too fast. In the population booming, in the use of natural resources, in CO2 emissions, in every aspect of our life, we are going too fast. You are very young people, and you can probably process this information. But as people get older, they cannot. They go mad. Their brains cannot function. Have you ever experienced such a thing? Too much information. You watch television, and the images are fast, 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 fast. And you live in your cities, and colors are fast, 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 fast. And your brains cannot process this. And that's why you're wearing glasses, for example. Or you become tired too fast. Everything is fast, 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 fast. Do you realize that you live your life in a very fast speed? Today you were running around and round and round, and you had to take the metro, and you were late for my lecture, blah, blah, blah. And Sophia was stressed. She called me, oh my God, I'm late. And you have 2 babies, blah, 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 fast, fast, fast. And our brain goes crazy, and we malfunction, and we lose the basic principles of the way we are designed to operate. You know, we are biological devices. Our eyes cannot process so many monitors. How many hours a day are you looking at the screen? How many? Just kidding. 5, 6? You are knowledgeable people. You are looking at the screen 6 hours a day. Isn't that crazy? You are like, you walk. The other day, this is completely embarrassing, but I'll share it with you. I was on my motorbike. I stopped on a corner. I was in a rush, of course. I was going to the barber's, which was across the street. I was wearing my very expensive helmet. That was 500 euros. And I got down. I had a meeting at the barber's shop. I crossed the street wearing the helmet, looking on my mobile, and I banged in the entrance of the barber shop, which was glass, and my 500 euro helmet broke. Because my brain was on the machine. And we care about sea turtles? Well, the people in the Sea Turtle Protection Society of Greece do. Why? Because this creature is the exact opposite of the way we are living our lives. How many years these creatures exist on planet Earth? Come on, I had a spoiler at the beginning. Nobody noticed? No? Who next? How much? 2 million. 200 million. You are the only good student in this class. 200 million years, this animal is on planet Earth, more or less unchanged. It doesn't like change. Reptiles don't change. They are the same. Did you realize that this species existed on planet Earth since the age of the dinosaurs? And it still survives. It doesn't move fast. It's a slow-moving creature. Its biology doesn't change. Even humans change in so many years, and this remains the same. This is the animal we took our name from. Our name in Greek is ARCHELON. This is the first known sea turtle that existed on planet Earth, the same time as the dinosaurs, and it became extinct 65 million years ago along with the dinosaurs. But sea turtle ancestors are still here, and they don't change, they don't evolve, because they have this shell, and they have this very gentle swimming in the seas again and again, not trying to adapt to the way humans are altering our planet. Let's talk about sea turtles a bit. So, for those of you that are going to be involved in conservation in the future, let's hope there will be some, or volunteer with our NGO or another one, we work all over Greece. Greece hosts the most important nesting grounds for the sea turtles in the Mediterranean Sea. These creatures have a very funny characteristic. They only lay their eggs where they were born. Do we all know the setup of the Mediterranean? Everybody knows the Mediterranean, right? Okay, I shouldn't worry about that. So these creatures travel all over the Mediterranean again and again and again. We're talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of kilometers, and they return to Greece, to a small beach, to lay their eggs. Isn't that strange? They always come to the same beach to lay their eggs. We don't know why, but we are here in the last 35 years to protect this species because we are impressed by it. We are impressed by the fact that it is so different from human beings. And the problems this species faces on the planet are quite similar to those that humans are facing. Which is the biggest problem that humans face on planet Earth, to your understanding? We said a few, let's say another one. What is, to your understanding, the biggest problem we have on planet Earth? Okay, we talked about that. That's very important. What else? Poverty. That's very important. What else? Natural disasters. There is one element which is even more critical. Which one is that? Global warming. Global warming, pollution. Well, you are close. Sophia knows the answer very well. Sophia has an international background, but she has lived in Greece, and we have plenty of this problem. The biggest problem we have on planet Earth is human stupidity. Look at this. Look at this. And somebody thought it was wise to build a road right next to the beach. What was the result? The sea turtles couldn't nest, and a couple of years ago, the road eroded. The Greek taxpayers paid for it, and then it was destroyed. So, no more sea turtles, and Greek taxpayers were wasting their money. And then look at that. Do you see this dock on the middle of the picture? Look at this funny thing. This is a very touristic area on the island of Crete. We thought it was very wise to put this dock in the middle of the beach. What was the result? On a touristic area, we put this dock. What happened there? Come on, you can see that. On the left, top left, no more sand. And tourists come to Greece for the sand. And we put this dock for any reason, and then there's no sand. Where will the tourists go? And where will the sea turtles nest? And then here, we thought it was a very good idea to have our sewage run directly to the sea where a child is playing. So more or less, due to human stupidity, sea turtles and humans are facing the same environmental problem. That is beach erosion. Our beaches are destroyed. They are being lost in the sea. So the sea turtles don't have where to nest. Pollution, the quality of the water is deteriorating, creating severe problems for the sea turtles and for the humans that want to swim on the same waters, etc., etc. Does it make sense to you? Do we start seeing a connection between the problems of the planet and sea turtles yet? Does that ring a bell yet, or should I carry on? Don't tempt me, I'll carry on. So what do we do in these circumstances? I'm within my timetable still, Sophia. We do monitoring. We have thousands of sea turtle nests in our Greek beaches every year. And we have 500 volunteers. You can become one of those with quite large teams that are in the morning, every morning at 6 o'clock to protect the population, to monitor and record the nesting grounds, see how many nests we have, and apply protection measures for those. We do a lot of public awareness. We don't tell people that the biggest environmental problem is human stupidity. We don't say so. I only do so because Sophia is my friend, and if you are her student, you must be very bright people. So that's why I share this. We speak to thousands and thousands of people. We never tell them that human stupidity is a major problem on planet Earth. For some very funny reason, people adore sea turtles. I don't know why. They are not mammals. Mammals are these nice, cute animals. They have cute babies. They have their big brains. They go, oh, I love you so much. I'm a dolphin. And then you have sea turtles. Do you know how big is the brain of an adult sea turtle this size? How big is the brain? Look at Sophia's hand. This big. Sea turtles don't need brains to operate. Human beings don't need brains to operate. They don't get very far with their existing brains, do they? We don't seem to manage our planet that well with our brains. This is a turtle release. We rehabilitate sick and injured turtles, and then we return them to the wildlife. And hundreds of people want to be present. They want to be present in our monitoring world. In this picture, maybe there are 100 people around. You know what we are doing? We are opening rotting sea turtle legs. That's exciting, isn't that? For some reason, which is strange, people love sea turtles. Maybe because they realize everything that sea turtles symbolize. Maybe because they realize what changes we need to do in order to sustain ourselves on planet Earth. Be slower. Be dedicated. Be more cautious about our natural resources. Sea turtles never create any waste. They never damage anything. You know, other species do. Primates do, not only human beings. They are violent, etc., etc. Sea turtles, not much at all. So, we are here to make a lot of public awareness, to explain to people what is the importance of these species. We do a lot of environmental education. With younger children, we are more open. We tell them, maybe human beings, we don't use our planet that cleverly, because they're more open to understanding that there must be changes if we are to survive. We do a lot of rehabilitation. We have sick and injured animals. If you had time, you could visit our rehabilitation center, which is in the area of Glyfada in the city of Athens, where you could see sea turtles, which are actually relatives to the dinosaurs. At least for the boys, isn't seeing dinosaurs exciting? Girls, not that exciting? No? It's exciting. That's great. So, that's fantastic. So next time, you can come and see descendants of the dinosaurs right in the heart of Athens, and we work to protect them. We do a lot of media work. We do a lot of lobbying. We do a lot of conflict with politicians, not like Sophia. And this is dangerous lobbying work that we have to do. And this work has some very significant results. We have a protected area in the island of Zakynthos. I don't know if you have heard about this island. It's an important, very touristic island in Greece. And a major part of it is protected for the sea turtles. And we try to explain all these narratives to locals and tourists about how important for our survival are the lessons that we can receive. Closer to the end of my presentation, I'm still within my time, we try to support a message of peaceful coexistence on very specific things. Sea turtles come and nest where tourists are having their vacation. So what do we want? During the summertime, when sea turtles and tourists come to the nesting beaches, we want people to leave at night so that sea turtles can come. We want them to turn their lights off and remove their shoulders. We want to make sure that they don't pollute the water. Is that too much to ask? Is it too much? Not to pollute, to collect your sunbed at night, not by yourself. Your hotel will do that for you. Turn your lights off, no lights on the beach. Wouldn't that be exciting to have sea turtles nesting undisturbed? This is the message we are trying to pass. And we want people to realize that all these things that we do to nature end up in our own lives. I'm sure that you have heard the story, it has become viral, that by the age 2050, we have more plastic in the seas than fish. But we don't have to wait until 2050 for a very simple reason. Because you all eat plenty of plastic today. Don't you eat fish? Don't you eat wild fish? It's much more expensive. So, plenty of plastic. So it doesn't make sense. That's why we like sea turtles. Because they remind us on a different way, a non-mammal way, that we have to be pretty sustainable to survive in this planet. Is there anybody that doesn't eat fish? You don't eat fish. Are you vegetarian? No, just not fish. You are a lucky guy. You don't eat fish either. The same, but not vegetarian. I will not tell you about the meat consumption then. I'll spoil it for you. Let's say that most of us realize that this is part of our everyday reality. Not very good for our own health. So I'll close with one additional thing we do. We try to educate people and protect the sea turtles and explain how our lives are completely related to the well-being of the sea turtles. But we do something else. We want to create superheroes. Do you like superheroes, boys and girls again? I love superheroes. We want to create superheroes. Is it possible to create superheroes? Be strong and determined and fight for good. And this is what ARCHELON is doing every day. Every year, again and again. How do we do that? Not this way. I hope this is not yourself. I told you my own story, walking on the street, I banged and there goes my RI helmet. Do you know that one of the major reasons for conflict between couples in Europe these days is the use of mobile phones? I don't know if you are in a relationship, but I don't know how much time you spend looking at your phone instead of your boyfriend or girlfriend. So, these people are probably not the superheroes I'm talking about. These people are ARCHELON volunteers. They are people just like you. We are like the Garden of Eden. 500 people from all over the world come to our nesting beaches in our project to protect the sea turtles. If you ask them, why do you come? This is an ugly reptile. Sea turtles are on the same family like the snakes. You realize that. No different than the snakes. But they are so amazing and I want to do something for them. But they are ugly and they will never thank you about what you are doing for them. I don't care. I like sea turtles and their baby hatchlings are very cute. We try to find an excuse, maybe because we don't realize all the wisdom the sea turtles symbolize. Have you seen the sketch from the ancient Indian world where the planet Earth was standing on the backs of 4 elephants that were standing on the back of a sea turtle? Have you seen that ever? No, you are very young, you will see that in the future. It's just an iconic image from India. For many, many years, people would realize that there is something special about sea turtles. The first Greek coin, called the Statiras of Aegina, had the sea turtles that are more exciting, and dolphins that are more exciting, and we had whales in this part of the world, and then we chose sea turtles for our coin, just like many other civilizations. And we need more superheroes, and I hope that one day you come and visit us, and maybe work with us as a volunteer in very challenging situations. 30 days minimum, you have to pay a lot of money to come actually. Live on campsites with basic facilities, but there may be some reason that makes all these people come. And maybe you want to find out what that is. So, sea turtles don't blink actually, but that's an exceptional picture. And thank you very much for being here.